15-minute video I ever slept through. You know, I was trying to go straight, but I think maybe somebody was pulling on the brake. Welcome to the Everglades, ladies and gentlemen. Now the canal we're entering here right now is about 25 feet deep. They probably didn't tell you when you bought your tickets for this ride. Well, these folks sink in about 30 seconds. That's why we go very slow in the canal. Now, back in the early 1900s, South Florida was not deemed viable for residential living. It was all swampland, much like what you see around us here today. So they called in the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, who came in and started to dig up all these canals. They took the dirt and rock and fill on the canals they dug and used it to build the levees you see around South Florida. Well, they did it all in an effort to drain a large portion of the Everglades to make room for agricultural land and residential property. In fact, today only about 1/3 of the original Everglades remain. Also today, well, South Florida Water Management District is in charge of maintaining those levees and the canals and all the water that flows through them. They control about 1,000 linear miles of canal throughout the state. The shallows are normally 2 to 3 feet deep. As we go through here, I'm going to point out different vegetation and wildlife as I see it. So keep those cameras ready, folks. You just never know what kind of creature might jump out or in the boat. Now, on both sides of the boat through here, you'll see this tall green grass growing up out of the water. These are called cattails. Now, the cattails and the other vegetation you're going to see on your tour can be found throughout most of the Everglades. Well, what's left of them anyway. And the vegetation plays a vital role here by helping filter the water that comes down from the north. You see, here in South Florida, we get our drinking water from the Everglades. It is all fresh water and solely supplied by rain. So if the rain stops, well, the Everglades dry up. Now, about every 8 to 10 years, we do get our unusually high water levels or an unusually dry season. And in an unusual dry season, folks, I've seen cars driving around down here. Now, since all of you did sign up for the 2-day Survivor Tour, I guess we probably ought to find something to eat. If you look in the water as we go through here, it might be kind of hard with not much sun, but you may see several different kinds of fish. We have over 200 different species of fish here in the Florida Everglades. They say if you fish in the Everglades, do not eat more than 1 4-ounce fillet of fish per week because of the amount of mercury in the water and in the fish. Now, it used to be 1 fish per week. Now it's only 4 ounces. But if you don't like fish, look to your left. On your left, you'll see this tall green grass growing up out of the edge of the water. That's called sawgrass. And the blades of that grass are lined with very sharp little teeth. If your fingers are hanging outside of the boat, well, it could literally cut you down to the bone. But if you pull up a stem or a stalk of that sawgrass, the bottom 1/4 to 1/2 inch of it is edible. It tastes a lot like soggy celery to me. There's really no nutritional value there, but it will help sustain you for a couple of days if needed. It'll probably make you regular, too. Now look to your left, you're going to see some beautiful purple flowers growing up out of the edge of the water here. These are called arrowhead plants, and they get their name by the shape of their leaves. They're also known as the pickerel weed. Now, all parts of these plants are edible, except for the root, that is, and in the springtime, the seeds from these plants taste just like peanuts. Another interesting thing about the purple flowers is they have no aroma whatsoever. On your left is Vulture Island, home to about 350 different vultures. Now we have two different species of vultures here. We have the black vulture and the turkey vulture. The turkey vultures have a red head, but the black vultures outnumber the turkey vultures 3-1. Most of the large birds you see on the ground here in these trees, they are vultures. That's our Everglades cleanup crew. We call them that because they feed mostly on dead fish and other dead animals they find in the Everglades, and rocks. These rocks do help grind up bones that they swallow. And now that you know the name, you would think they're a very dirty bird. Believe it or not, they're one of the cleanest birds we have here in the Everglades, bathing up to 5 times per day. Now I'm looking along the edge of the grass here, folks, on our left. I'm looking for an alligator that was in here earlier.
What?
Scoot it back like he was on something.
I don't know. Shit. Shoot.
Hey, right there on that.
Come on.
Smiling at you.
No.
Looking rainstorm there on our left, isn't it?
Oh,
Wow. Look at that. That looks like
Now, what a lot of people don't know about the black vultures here, folks, is they are more aggressive than the turkey vultures. They don't always wait for something to die before they eat. They've also been known to kill. You'll see some turtle shells scattered around this island here on the banks, folks. They actually killed all those turtles so they could feed.